Chapter 1: The Dual Nature of Oshun. What if I told you that the goddess of love, beauty, and fertility could also be the architect of a kingdom's destruction? In African mythology, Oshun, an adored deity, brought the mighty kingdom of Acable to ruin, not with war and fire, but with silence and water. Known as the river's grace, the golden mother, and the giver of sweetness and life, Oshun's benevolence was unparalleled. Yet, when disrespected or forgotten, her silence became a curse, her waters a flood. This is the story of Oshun, who cherished her people yet drowned their kingdom for its arrogance. The downfall of Acable began not with a battle but with a divine withdrawal led by a king, Odawale, blinded by pride. Before the river vanished, before the wrath descended, we must return to when Oshun first walked among mortals, rising from sacred waters as an orisha of beauty, power, mystery, and divine justice. This tale unveils African myths, revealing the delicate balance between divine favor and human hubris. Oshun's story is one of duality, nurturing yet destructive, loving yet vengeful. Her emergence from the river marked her as a force of creation and destruction, embodying the life-giving and devastating power of water. In the earliest days, the river was a chaotic, untamed expanse, its potential recognized by the orishas. Olimea, the supreme creator, declared that from this river would come a goddess carrying both the gift of life and the fury of the tides. Oshun emerged radiant and powerful, destined to differ from orishas like Shango, who wielded fire, or Ogun, who mastered iron. Her domain was water, love, then beauty, making her the river's heartbeat, its soul. Her unmatched beauty and voice, like water over smooth stones, captivated her. Yet, her beauty reflected her immense power to bless lands with abundance, bring rain to parched fields, and joy to barren hearts. Women sought her for fertility, lovers for wisdom, and the sick for healing. Oshun was. Chapter 2: The Birth of a Goddess. In the beginning, when the world was new, orishas walked among mortals, shaping the earth and balancing nature's forces. Among them was Oshun, goddess of love, beauty, fertility, and rivers. Her story is one of struggle and transformation, revealing a deity who nurtures yet harbors wrath. Born from the river's depths, where waters met the unknown, Oshun emerged radiant. Legend tells of a formless, chaotic river in creation's earliest days. Other orishas saw its potential to nourish crops and sustain life but also to destroy. Olimea, the supreme creator, declared a goddess would arise, embodying water's nurturing and destructive forces. Oshun was born, beautiful and powerful, distinct from Shango's fire or Ogun's iron. She ruled water, love, and beauty, the river's heartbeat. Her beauty was unmatched, her voice a melody captivating souls. This beauty reflected her power to bless with abundance, rain, and joy. Women prayed for fertility, lovers sought wisdom, the sick called for healing. Oshun was life's giver, but not to be underestimated. In Acable, her gifts, prosperity, crops, wealth, were revered. People offered gold, honey, and flowers at riverbanks, receiving harvest and fertile lands. Oshun was the kingdom's heart, her love fostering growth. Yet, she was also a force of destruction when disrespected. Her power over water symbolized dominion over human emotions, calm or stormy. To ignore her risked devastation. The human heart, beyond her control, saw Acable's downfall. King Odawale, swayed by advisors, believed his wisdom drove success, not divine favor, neglecting Oshun's sacred river. Chapter 3: Oshun's Reverence and Power. Oshun, distinct among orishas, ruled water, love, and beauty, unlike Shango's fire or Ogun's iron. She was the river's soul, her beauty unmatched, her voice like water over stones, captivating all. Her beauty reflected her power to bless with abundance, rain, and joy. Women sought her for fertility, lovers for wisdom, the sick for healing. Oshun was life itself, but not to be taken lightly. In Acable, her gifts, prosperity, crops, wealth, were revered. People offered gold, honey, and and flowers at riverbanks, receiving harvests and fertile lands. Oshun was the kingdom's heart, her smile bringing rain, her tears ending droughts. Yet an unspoken truth lingered: she was a force of destruction when disrespected. Revered and feared, men sought her love, women her grace. Her control over rivers symbolized dominion over emotions, calm or stormy. To disrespect her risked wrath. The human heart, uncontrollable, led to Acable's downfall. King Odawale, swayed by advisors, believed his wisdom drove success, not divine favor. He neglected the river and temples, mocking Oshun's power as superstition. The people saw the river wane, its waters less clear, but fear silenced them. Oshun's patience had limits. Her displeasure showed subtly: the river slowed, fish dwindled, crops faded. Odawale dismissed this as natural, refusing to act. Then came silence. Winds ceased, the air grew heavy, the river stagnant, a murky shadow. The stillness was unbearable, a bad silence, the people feeling Oshun's presence. Odawale called it temporary, but the kingdom faced collapse as her wrath ended. Chapter 4: The Seeds of Arrogance. Acable thrived under Oshun's blessings, but King Odawale, swayed by advisors, grew arrogant, claiming his wisdom, not divine favor, brought success. He neglected the sacred river and temples, mocking Oshun's power as superstition. The people saw the river wane, its waters less clear, but fear of their king silenced them. Oshun, goddess of love and vengeance, could not be ignored. Her patience had limits, then Acable would face the consequences of disrespecting a deity of life and death. The river slowed, fish dwindled, crops faded, but Odawale dismissed this as natural. Then came silence. One night, winds stopped, the air grew heavy, the river stagnant, a murky shadow. The stillness was unbearable, a bad silence, the people feeling dread. Odawale insisted it was temporary, but he sensed Oshun's presence. The silence lasted days, rivers dried, crops withered, hope faded. Acable faced collapse, markets emptied, famine loomed. Whispers of Oshun's wrath spread. Baba Adet, an elder, cautioned: the people say Oshun has withdrawn her favor. The river is drying. Odawale scoffed: the river dries due to nature, not a goddess. Baba Adet replied: Oshun is love but also power. Her patience ends with dire consequences. Odawale dismissed him, insisting human means would restore the river. Yet, the river became a trickle, fields ruined, despair settled. One night, the silence broke. The moon glowed, wind stirred, the river rippled. A violent gust swept Acable, carrying rain scent, but no rain came, only terror. The river churned, black and foul, signaling Oshun's unleashed wrath. Chapter 5: The Unleashing of Oshun's Wrath. Oshun's wrath descended on Acable. Her voice roared, shaking buildings: foolish mortals. You've taken my blessings for granted, forgotten the price of disrespecting the divine. Now feel your arrogance's consequences. King Odawale, the once dismissive, stood frozen, pale with terror. The ground trembled, the air heaved. The silent river surged, a violent torrent crashing against banks, flooding Acable with dark waves. The people screamed, seeking shelter, but there was no escape. Oshun's vengeance was deliberate, unfolding slowly, severing the kingdom's fear. The river roared, swallowing the land. Odawale watched as floodwaters crept toward Acable's heart, his pride leading to this moment. The goddess of love became destruction's harbinger. The people cried for mercy, but Oshun offered silence, the silence of a sealed fate. Acable drowned in water and the consequences of ignoring the divine. It would never be the same. Oshun had taken revenge. Her wrath was a lesson in human hubris and divine power. In Yoruba belief, gods are partners, demanding respect. Oshun's flood cleansed arrogance, allowing renewal. The people faced rebuilding their kingdom and bond with Oshun. Her power over water mirrored her control over emotions, a symbol of life's life's duality. The flood offered transformation, a painful beginning. Acable's ruins held renewal's promise, rooted in humanity. Oshun's myth underscores gods as ever-present, shaping life. Her wrath was a response to disrespect, restoring balance. The people learned no kingdom thrives without acknowledging greater forces. As floodwaters receded, Acable's revival began, guided by reverence for Oshun's enduring power. Chapter 6: The Cultural Significance. Oshun's wrath was a lesson for Acable, a cautionary tale for generations. The Yoruba saw gods as ever-present, influencing daily life. Oshun embodied life's duality, love, beauty, fertility, yet destructive. She granted abundance to those who revered her, but her power over water could devastate when disrespected. Her flooding of Acable reminded all of the balance between human arrogance and divine favor. King Odawale's pride, believing he drove success, led to ruin. He forgot harvest and rivers were divine gifts. Oshun's withdrawal was a response to disrespect, asserting divine power. In Yoruba belief, gods are partners, intervening when unacknowledged. Oshun's wrath, tied to life cycles, offered transformation after destruction. The flood cleansed pride, enabling renewal. Acable's people would rebuild, learning humility. Rivers, sacred in African traditions, symbolize life's flow, connecting physical and spiritual realms. Oshun, the river's goddess, guided souls, ensured fertility, and summoned rains. Water represents cleansing and transformation. Acable's flood was restoration, not just punishment, sweeping away the old evil. Oshun's true nature, destroyer and rebuilder, mirrored water's flow. Her myth called Acable's power to recognize human agency and divine power. The land and rivers are gifts, neglecting them risks loss. As floodwaters receded, Acable gave endurance, that renewal was possible. The people, humbled, offered prayers of gratitude. Oshun's story warns against hubris, urging respect for divine forces sustaining life, a lesson resonating beyond Acable. Chapter 7: The rebuilding of Acable. As Oshun's floodwaters receded, Acable lay in ruins, their cities were left behind. The people, battered, learned to unite and stand against the decline. Yet, this was not the end. Humbled, they gathered to deliver one message their voices were empty. They had witnessed Oshun's wrath and understood the need for harmony with divine forces. Their prayers, offered from gratitude, marked a new beginning. The river flowed again and its waters revived. Acable would endure, not just in story but in spirit, with Oshun, goddess of second chances, smiling upon them. They vowed never to forget her lesson. Her myth warned that gods shape life's fabric, and renewal unites people. Oshun's wrath was transformative, cleansing arrogance for humanity. In Yoruba belief, gods demand respect as partners. Oshun's duality reflected water's role, life-giving yet devastating. The flood was a reset, allowing Acable to rebuild its bond with the divine. Rivers, sacred spaces, symbolize life's flow. Oshun ensured continuity, her power tied to spiritual balance. The flood restored balance, sweeping away pride and rebirth. Acable's people embraced humility, offering gentleness. The rivers returned signaling Oshun's forgiveness, a chance to reclaim their rightfulness. Her story underscores the balance between inheritance and divine rebuilding. The land and rivers are gifts, creating these risks loss. Acable's revival, rooted in humanity, showed Oshun's mercy, ensuring goodness and Chapter 8: Oshun's enduring legacy. Oshun's myth transcends Acable's fall and rise, offering timeless lessons. Her story underscores gods as ever-present, shaping life. Oshun, embodying love and fertility, nurtured those who revered her, but her power over water could destroy when disrespected. Acable's flooding reminded all of human arrogance versus divine favor. Odawale's pride led to ruin, forgetting rivers were divine gifts. Oshun's wrath was a response to disrespect, asserting divine power. In Yoruba belief, gods are partners, intervening to restore balance. Oshun's flood, tied to life cycles, offered transformation. It cleansed pride, enabling renewal. Acable's people rebuilt, learning humility. Rivers, sacred in African traditions, symbolize life's flow, connecting realms. Ocean-guided souls ensured fertility, then summoned rains. Water represents cleansing and transformation. Acable's flood was restoration, sweeping away the old for new. Oshun's dual nature, destroyer and rebuilder, mirrored water's role. Her myth urges respect for divine forces. The land and rivers are gifts, neglecting them risks loss. As Acable rebuilt, its people offered prayers of gratitude. Oshun, goddess of second chances, restored the river, signaling forgiveness. Her story warns against hubris, celebrating humility. It resonates today, urging balance between human agency and divine will. Oshun's legacy endures in rivers and prayers, the reminder of her transformative power and the need to honor the divine. Chapter 9, Oshun's Universal Lesson. Oshun's myth extends beyond Acable, offering a universal lesson on humanity's place within the divine order. Her duality, nurturing yet destructive, reflects what has human in African spirituality, life-giving and devastating. Acable's fall showed the peril of ignoring divine forces. Odawale's pride, dismissing Oshun's gifts, led to ruin. Her wrath, the flood-cleansing arrogance, was not mere punishment but restoration, allowing renewal. In Yoruba belief, gods are partners, demanding respect. Oshun's flood, tied to life cycles, offered a chance to rebuild with humility. Rivers, sacred spaces, connect physical and spiritual realms. Oshun, their goddess, ensured life's continuity, her power over fertility and rains tied to human emotions. The flood was a reset, urging Acable's people to honor divine will. Her story teaches that prosperity and love are gifts, requiring gratitude. Neglecting this risks loss, as Acable learned. As floodwaters receded, the people, humbled, offered prayers, and the river revived. Oshun's mercy allowed a new beginning, rooted in reverence. Her myth resonates globally, urging respect for nature's forces. The land and rivers are sacred, we are their caretakers. Oshun's lesson, balancing human agency with divine power, remains vital, a call to humility and gratitude for the forces sustaining life. Chapter 10, Reflections on Oshun's myth. Oshun's tale invites reflection on divine power and human responsibility. Is her wrath punishment or transformation? It is both a lesson in humility and respect. Acable's fall showed the cost of arrogance, it's reviving the power of renewal. Oshun, goddess of love and rivers, embodies life's duality. Her flood cleansed pride, offering a new beginning. In Yoruba belief, gods shape life, demanding acknowledgement. Oshun's story warns against hubris, urging harmony with divine forces. Rivers is symbolizing life's flow, connect us to the spiritual. Oshun's power over water mirrors her influence over emotions, nurturing yet destructive. Acable's people, rebuilt with gratitude, learned to honor her gifts. Her myth transcends time, resonating with us today. The land and rivers are sacred, neglecting them risks ruin. Oshun's mercy, restoring Acable's river, shows her as a goddess of second chances. Her legacy endures in African mythology, a reminder to respect the divine. Her story invites us to explore other myths, each revealing the dance between mortals and gods. Oshun's tale, blending